Good morning, happy Wednesday. Today is all about telling time. So we are going to go over a quick review. I do not have my analog clock with me, so it is a little hard for the hands on this one to go around. So underneath my video, I have posted a link of a really awesome YouTube video that somebody else filmed. It's a cartoon-based one, and it will go over telling time if you need more help with that. So the first thing I'm going to start out with is that the little hand is the hour hand. We remember that because the word hour is shorter, so the hour hand is shorter. The minute hand is longer. Also, the word minute is much longer. So we remember those two things that way. It's also really good to remember that unless my minute hand hits the 12, my hour hand, even though it might look like it's pointing at 3, is still going to be at 2 o'clock. Remember, your minute hand does not, well, you have 60 minutes. Your minute hand does not go into the next hour until it hits over the 12. So when we count by minutes, it's also a really good idea to start at the 12 and count by 5s. And then count by 1s until the closest minute. So for example, start here, so 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and then 51, 52, 53, 54. So right now my clock is showing 2:54. Not 3:54, but 2:54. Okay. So another thing we're going to go over today is elapsed time with word problems. This is going to be the second part of your assignment today on Elastic or on your paper-based packet. So we're going to do 3 different problems. It's really important that you're reading keywords in the word problems, circling, underlining, whatever you need to point out what you need to do on your number line. Sorry. Okay, so this word problem says Tony went to school at 7:30 a.m. He left school at 2:30 p.m. How long was he at school for? So this has a start time. He started school at 7:30, and then he left, or the end time is going to be 2:30. So we need to find the elapsed time or the total time he was at school. So I'm going to put at my start time 7:30 and my end time is going to be 2:30. We need to find out how long was in between. Now both of these have 30 minutes, so that means I can just jump each hour. So from 7:30, 1 hour would be 8:30. And then we label above 1 hour. 8:30, 1 more hour would be 9:30. 9:30, 1 more hour would be 10:30. 10:30, 1 more hour would be 11:30. 1 more hour from 11:30 would be 12:30. 12:30, 1 more hour would be 1:30. Sorry, running out of room. And then from 1:30, 1 more hour would be 2:30. Then you take all the numbers that you have on the top and you add them up. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 is going to get you to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So Tony was at school for a total of 7 hours. And then you box your answer. Remember, the bigger jumps are full hours, and then if you're going by 5 or 10, those can be smaller, and then single minutes are really little. So I am just going to move this one here so you can see it better. And then I'm going to put this up. Okay, so this one says, I woke up at 7:02. It took me 24 minutes to get ready. What time was I ready at? So you have a start time. You have an elapsed time this time, but we do not have an end time. So my end time is what I'm trying to figure out in this problem. Your start time, though, is going to be 7:02. And now we need to jump 24 minutes until we get to our end time. So what I'm going to start by doing is count by single minutes first. And then when I get to 20, then I'll count by tens. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, because that represents those 4 minutes there. 7:02 plus 4 minutes will get me to 7:06. And then I'll count by tens twice because 10 plus 10 is 20. So I'm going to go 1 jump of 10. And 7:06 plus 10 minutes will get me to 7:16. And then I'm going to jump 10 more minutes. And 7:16 plus 10 is going to be 7:26. So that means my end time that I finished getting ready was 7:26. And then it's a.m. because it's in the morning. Okay? Because 4 plus 10 plus 10 should equal to your 24 minutes. And the last one, I ended practice at 5:43. Practice was only 30 minutes. What time did I start practice? So this one has an end time. I ended practice at 5:43. And practice was only 30 minutes, so that is my elapsed time. What time did I start practice is the question. So now this time we have to work backwards in order to figure out what time I started practice. So this time I am going to go back 30 minutes, but I'm going to jump by tens. So from 5:43, if I went back 10 minutes, that would be 5:33. Another 10 minutes would be 5:23. Now remind you, I'm just subtracting 10 from this number, so if you did, that's how I'm getting 5:23. And then I have to go back another 10 minutes, and that would get me to 5:13. So my practice started at 5:13, and I'm going to put p.m. because I practice in the afternoon. If you have any other questions, please let me know. Again, please look down at the bottom part. There is a link underneath my YouTube video today that will give you extra practice on telling time on an analog clock. All right, have a great Wednesday.